All right, another video. Just finished playing. I'm probably gonna put up maybe 3 tonight, possibly 4, but I'll definitely be playing a lot of games. Welcome back to the chess channel for beginners. Chess Addict here. Look here. This game, I kind of frustrated, fam, because of the way that the games have been going. These guys are. I found out I've got several followers and they study my game and they know I like to use the London system. Like one guy beaten like I don't know 12 or 13 times because it shows you on Lead Chess how many times you guys have played and what was the outcome in the past. Well, this one I actually have started to study the way they like to defend the London, and I think I found what I like. I really do, because I've been making a few mistakes myself. So let's take a look. Let's see what I did. D4. Then I played the subtle move C3, brings the knight. I put the bishop on the knight. That's nothing new. I developed the queen though. That's new. I normally don't do this. I developed the queen to C2. Then I went ahead and closed the bishop triangle off. Triangle supporting the bishop, back the bishop up. Make him force him out with the pawn. No problem. Then I played the knight to D2. That's normal. I typically will do that. And then I played the other knight to F3. I see he wants to fianchetto the bishop. That's okay. But this right here, this pawn movement, I never do that. I never do that. But I think I'm gonna start. Okay. So the computer said I should have taken with the knight on that exchange right there, but on the exchange right here on D4, but I didn't. I took with the pawn. And then I actually sacrificed the knight and let him have that. And now rook G1. And I gave up my black bishop because in my mind the work was done. See, what has happened is I removed the defender like we talked about in a previous video. The pawn that was located. See, some of these guys just play. Like they'll watch somebody else play an opening and they just play. They try to memorize it, but they don't really understand why the piece was moved like that. When I'm playing, I understand why I did something. I know why I did something. Because I want that file. I want to be right in front of the king. I know that. And when I moved the queen to D2, I meant to do that also. I'm castling. I'm going to castle to the queen side anyway. Now, let's go back. The arrow is saying move here. No, I don't like that because you know why? It's too easy to defend. I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. So I moved the queen to F4. And of course, now I know that he's thinking about maybe perhaps possibly trading his queen. That's okay. Now that I'm on the queen side, the queen is completely out of position. This player was playing for a kingside castle and not for a queenside castle, because the reason I know this is his queen would be she would stay back. He would have already moved over 1 square way earlier in the game, and he would be on the C file. He's not on the C file. He's not on the C file right now. He's reacting. In the last video, I said you either come up with a plan or plan to react. Well, right now this guy's reacting. He doesn't really have a solid plan. And let's see. So castle queen side, he plays the move E5. Okay, play it. That's great. I'm glad you played that move. So I see now he wants to trade queens. Nope, I want that pawn. He wants to face the rook off. No problem. Check. He has the block. Bam. Check. So I steal a rook. So let's go back. So I can tell you what's going on in my head. Alright, so right now, I know that I want this pawn right here. I want this pawn. Now, the point in my game where I know I'm going to get that pawn is this move right here. That's how I know I'm going to get this pawn. See, most beginners would play this move. Now your whole thing is messed up. Are you gonna get this pawn? No. Is he taking back control of this area, this property over here? Yes. Is your position compromised? Absolutely, it's compromised. Yes, it is compromised. All he has to do is place the rook on you. Now what? You got a queen. You got a knight that can come here, say check, and I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen right here. Like that's no. We don't do that. You sit. You don't panic, and you just look at the board. So I take it and put it back on him. Okay, I know that this bishop has, if you notice, this is the second game where I'm just sitting still with the bishop, not doing anything, because the bishop serves a purpose. Typically, when a piece, beginners is another tip, when a piece is not being moved, it's because that person, it's a part of their plan. They have a plan. Like he has some kind of plan. Okay, no doubt. That's why his bishop in the corner right here, which is basically not very useful. Notice the difference between his bishop and my bishop. See these pawn moves right here? He's been reacting. That's why his bishop doesn't really make sense. The move that he thought he was going to get, where snatching his rook in the corner, it never happened. Why? Because I let my black square bishop go to kill two birds with one stone. I was able to control the entire G file, and I got to remove that pawn that was very crucial, that was located on h6, that was basically in my way. Another spot for him, for the king to hide. These guys now, they like to hide. That's how they play chess. They just play hide and seek. Push everything in front of them and just hide behind it. Alright? So I played this move here, snatching the pawn. Because why? I removed the defender. He removed the defender. I removed it by putting it back on him right here. That's what this move did. Here, let's do it. Take with the knight. That's what he should have taken with, so that he could protect the pawn. But the problem with it is he didn't see the value of this pawn because it's not back there. With it being up here, he doesn't really see the value of it. These pawns are very valuable. Another tip. Don't treat your pawns like they're nothing. These pawns are valuable. A queen will only be a queen, but a pawn can become another queen. So you need to treat pawns very valuable. If you look at watch some of the games between grandmasters, they lose their mind when they just lose a pawn for no reason. If they lose one pawn, they will go out their way to protect one pawn. They'll have a rook guarding it, a bishop, a knight, the queen, one pawn, because that pawn is crucial. And this pawn is very crucial, and I know that. So that's why I want it gone. So he faces me off, and I come over here. Now it's time to go check. Check. Okay? Check. He has to do something. Well, he can't come on this line. Going back again. Well, John, another mistake a beginner would have made if he did this. Check. You know what? And he would have done that. And now what? Or let's say you did this. Check. Probably wouldn't have been a bad move. Because guess what? That's checkmate. So beginner wouldn't have done that. No, beginner would not have done that. Or it may not have turned out like that. But anyway, so because even in the game, when I did put him check, he blocked with his rook. And I slid down. Check. Check. Take. And at this point, he resigned his position because there was nothing more he could do. Nothing. I mean, nothing at all. So he had the queen right here in hopes of getting another queen and blockading me down here on the back rank, but it didn't happen. All right, so that was something. There was some tips in there to take away. I saw a move, come to think of it. Sometimes you just have to analyze the game to see better moves. I mean, what else could he have done? Let's see. Check. We know he's not gonna back the queen up. But let's say he did that same move. Okay. Then I snatch this piece. Or we already know that he's been trying to do that. Wants to trade. So I could go back here. Right here. And then let's say check and see he moves. If I take this knight, he trades queen, I trade queens. Here, why would I do that? I would not do that. I would do that. Okay, so either move would have been a good move, but if you don't see it, you can't play it. I didn't see it, I didn't play it, and it still turned out with a pretty nice checkmate. And the analysis, I was 20. I think my center pawn loss was like 26. Remember earlier in the previous video, I said you want to keep it under 50, and so my average center pawn loss was like 26. So that was good also. All right, as always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.